CLG definitely picked up the turn, aiming coming off the back of a defeat to a Zubu Blaze. Zubu Frost, sorry. A Zubu Blaze not here. A team I definitely expected to be here after MLG. However, CLG coming into this one as the red team, or purple team, whichever you'd like to be in blind mode or not. But they are the red team on your screens. And honestly, I do not know how this one's going to work out. I'm intrigued to see how Lux Mid works out. This is something that many players have talked about. We've heard Froggen talking about it for a while, that they want to run Lux Mid.
Ooh. So what is going to happen level 1? That was SK's try. They tried to catch out Voyboy in the triangle brush, but the light binding from ocelote missed. Now they're all going to be invading in. They don't actually see that they've continued to invade. The pings are coming down, spammed. CLG trying a defensive formation. SK trying to sneak around. I don't know if Voyboy caught them out with vision there.
No, he couldn't quite catch them. So I think they're going to be well aware of the fact that invade could be around here, and it's looking like Doublelift is going to go for the major Wraith, I think. It looks like he's in a position to try and push themselves across. CLG do not want to have any of this. They are keeping well away from that jungle area, and you can see Hotshots heading down towards the blue golem. They do not want to get involved in this fight, which means SK could take away their red buff if they really wanted. The rest of the team are backing off, so they're not, despite the fact they've pulled a massive advantage, going to go for anything.
It's interesting to be thinking about this level 1 so aggressive. Otherwise, the other team is just going to take all of your buffs. And we see Wraith steals actually coming out from both teams. Doublelift and Chauster taking the blue Wraith. Araneae taking the red Wraith. So just a trade of jungles and everything else starting actually very standard.
Yeah, everything is starting standard, but we are seeing Doublelift sneaking around towards this red buff. YellOwStaR has been vision spotted. Doublelift is sat in that bush. They haven't checked it whatsoever, and it looks like they're going to try and give the red buff across to YellOwStaR. Now Nyph's going to walk straight, face plants in towards YellOwStar's going to have to back away from this one. Doublelift did manage to get the red buff steal, and they're just going to stroll away from this one. They did take down both lizards. Probably shouldn't have done that one. They have got the timing on that one, so we'll keep sure where the hotshot returns to that lane. But that is a very good start for CLG.
Both teams had their gimmick pulled out there. They wanted to go for the early red, bully the lane with Ezreal Nunu. He bought the consume first so they could 2-man it, but Doublelift just stole it clean away. And Kevin, at the same time, took the blue buff because Shen does not require it in the jungle. He's going to try to out-harass Voyboy with his extended mana pool here in the top lane.
But that is going to, in turn, cause problems for Araneae. He depended on that red buff, I feel. He looked like the YellOwStaR was trying to pull it out for Araneae, so he didn't have to use that smite up on it.
Oh,
Instead,
really?
I think, that's going to really hurt his experience, the fact that he hasn't picked up the blue or the red. We are seeing Araneae in that mid lane at the moment. They're looking like he's going to try and go towards Bigfatlp, already walking away from that one. Never going to make that gank. Bottom lane, however, is also being pushed. YellOwStaR chugging those health pots down already. He has gone back. So you can see he's got 4 in his bag, had an extra 2 on the return trip, as we see the gank in the mid lane. Bigfatlp getting out of that one. Flash is burnt there from Araneae though, and didn't manage to land anything.
And Araneae, the denial of experience from not getting either of those buffs is pretty large. He's trying to camp lanes and make level 2 ganks work, but he's going to be really, really pressed to get experience because HotshotGG happily full clearing his jungle, got both of the buffs, only had the race denied, so he's going to be sitting pretty as Araneae is quite far behind.
So as it is, let's have a look through the lanes as they're starting to shape up. It is pretty standard play. We are seeing HotshotGG making a roam at the moment. He's in that tri-bush in that top lane, looking like he's going to go towards Kevin. It would be a good kill because he's still got that blue buff available on him. You can see he's forcing Voyboy back. Here. He has to be very careful, but HotshotGG is not in that bush, not in position. Now he comes around there. We're also seeing pings in that mid lane. Kevin's going to surely get caught out. There's the silence. The Rupture goes down. He dodges out of that one. Uses the gate. Didn't quite catch the speed buff though. But he will be able to walk away from that one. Meanwhile, you can see again Araneae just causing problems for Bigfatlp in that mid lane, just forcing him back. Bottom lane, actually, Doublelift is going to get caught out down the bottom. Doublelift should be first blood. YellOwStaR will pick it up, and he's going to go down. Chauster also now caught out, keeping himself really distanced there. YellOwStaR should be able to get away from this one. You can see with the red buff. Can he catch him? No, he did! He got the double kill, but Nunu managed to pick up the kill. Chauster playing really well on that one. He had no right to pick up that last final kill on YellOwStaR.
But if we're talking about shutting up Doublelift, they had the red buff early in that lane, and they gave it up in that fight, getting the double kill onto someone despite having the red buff advantage. Huge misnomer there by CLG. Huge play by YellOwStaR. We'll see if he can punish him now with that early gold on Ezreal.
Yeah, and that Doublelift, the fact that he went back, you know, obviously got killed. He went back, he got killed, got sent packing. 2-1-0, though, means he's got a double Doran's Blade straight away. Vampire accepts a, however, choice for Doublelift. So Doublelift could have gone for that double Doran's, instead chose to go for the lifesteal early on, trying to save himself a later gold, make that build items a little bit quicker for the Bloodthirster.
Before that kill, there was a huge minion kill advantage for Doublelift as Hotshot tries to catch Araneae out at raids. So even with the 2 kills, the gold is very close for them due to the 35 to 14 minion discrepancy. 1750 for Doublelift and 1780 for YellOwStaR. So that double kill actually just brought them back to even in that lane.
So let's have a look at the lanes now. We've actually got a chance to. I think things might well settle down a little bit. Let's look at, I mean, Jace versus Diana at the top to start with. It's not a lane we've seen really a great deal of at all.
This one I have to give the edge to Kevin on early. Jace is so good at harassing down melee champions, and that is what Diana's trying to do. The only way Diana countered that in the past is to shove really fast, but Jace has excellent shoving potential as well. So that's really just going to be a lane where he has ideally the huge advantages on there if Hotshot doesn't gank him a bunch. That first gank is the only thing actually keeping Voyboy still in that top lane.
So the mid lane at the moment, you can see Lux versus Orianna. It's again a lane we've not seen a great deal of. At the moment, Lux with a slight farm advantage. Both pretty much go for the same build.
We haven't seen that much of it because we haven't seen that much mid-Lux. So the whole thing of this, both of these guys are fairly mana heavy. There's a lot of poke back and forth because of that Chalice of Harmony as Hotshot tries to gank or just to shove up top. Both those guys going Chalice of Harmony, we're very unlikely to see them hit each other since they both have that magic resist. They're going to be trying to just farm up and reach the late game in most cases.
We're seeing aggression down the bottom there. YellOwStaR putting a bit of damage down towards Chauster in turn. Doublelift returning the favour onto YellOwStaR himself. And the Blood Boil definitely starts to come into its own down this bottom lane. I mean, how would you favour this bottom lane? We've seen Ezreal ban out quite heavily. Obviously, of course, Graves is always a famous one. You know, he's a very popular pick. We've seen, I guess you could say, a Zubu Blaze. Really amazing play from a Zubu Blaze bot lane in the MLG Summer Arena. And really, a lot of players off the back of OGN were picking Graves again.
I still have to give this favor to YellOwStaR, but Voyboy comes down all the way from top for a gank here.
Yeah, he's going to go in. It looks like Nyph's going to be the target. He managed to avoid it, though. Nyph's going to get the moon pull on him. Nyph should just be able to hop, skip it away from that one, and it was a good bit of play. YellOwStaR to start with, Arcane shifted away from it, and a great bit of avoidance of that major damage. Meanwhile, HotshotGG is keeping the free farm, and this is all about the fact that Jace has been sent packing earlier.
And unfortunately in that gank bottom lane, Voyboy missed his Crescent Strike, so could not stick and deal enough damage to get that kill onto Nyph. All that investment running all the way down bottom lane just to fail a gank is going to put him back, and it's going to let Jace get a bigger advantage. He had pulled up, but now it's just 37 to 58. Really trouble for Voyboy looking at this lane.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering whether Voyboy is actually going to get given the blue buff here, or will it go to Bigfatlp?
He's passing it off.
He's going to pass it off, so actually helping out HotshotGG, farming out that blue buff. So interesting way they're working it here. They're giving a little bit more farm to HotshotGG than you normally would as the jungler. Kevin is going to keep that lane pushed heavily. We are at 8 minutes coming into this game, so expect to see possible movement for that Dragon. CLG famously one of those teams that really don't often go for Dragon. If they don't feel they got the team fight won, they just won't bother involving it.
And especially, that's why it's a little strange that Voyboy roam bottom even, because there's so much about just farming top and leaving an island up there just to become a monster late game. If there's something that SK wants to do, it will be Kevin going down with that huge advantage and just taking the Dragon. Because there's no pressure now on Voyboy, and there's Hotshot trying to come in again. Kevin doing a great job repelling that game.
Yeah, very good job. Managed to just smash Hotshot back just at the right point there. The damage there, collateral damage actually used on YellOwStaR from Doublelift there, trying to keep YellOwStaR at bay. Having to burn that ulti just to keep him away from the tower, which is danger mode for CLG, which means they're really getting pressured in that bottom lane. Looks at the moment, ocelote has gone back to buy, got himself the Cadence 50 pick this time, so continuing that GP fight now to keep ticking it up. GP5, GP10, I never know. I mean, it's from the olden days, I guess you could say GP5, GP10 these days.
Technically it's gold per 10, they just... Not that many of them coming out, though. We have more so on SK than on CLG. Yeah, 3-0 when you look at it. So, out-farming them a bit, out-pressuring them a bit, and the early game is going slightly to SK. It's been a fairly not big game so far on the kills, but the gold slowly taking into SK's favor.
It's definitely a slow start to this time. And how would you favour these teams? I mean, looking at the two teams, SK Gaming looking like they've got a good farming session. They have got about 1k gold advantage, which immediately says yes, they are doing better in the farming session at the moment. But late game teams, who are you favouring?
There's so much initiation potential out of CLG if they get to that point. The combos of Orianna or Diana into Orianna ult, into all the CC from Hotshot and Chauster. They can just start fights whenever they want. With late game, when every fight matters more and more, that does, I think, give CLG an edge. It's a matter of SK having to win before that point.
Yeah, again, the pressure coming out there. Nyph's got to be careful. He went very aggressive in YellOwStaR, taking very low. Doublelift not falling for it, not putting the pressure down on Nyph, instead keeping that damage on towards YellOwStaR, and YellOwStaR now forced back away. Now a big creep wave, and now we're seeing HotshotGG. Guys, they got to back away from this one. This could be the chance for a CLG to try and take that dragon. Looking like HotshotGG might try and go for the rupture on towards it. You can see the Ezreal ultimate will come across, gets shot straight across there. Not enough damage though. And ocelote ulti just nearly catching Chauster out though. They couldn't quite finish him off, and that has definitely forced CLG to back away from that one.
That was the attempted promote push that got expertly repelled by SK. Chauster, we haven't commented on, has that promote. They've tried this strategy in the past. It's to aid in their split pushing. They were trying to make a power play there for the first tower. All the ultimates, though, came out from SK to just absolutely shut that down.
So as it is at the moment, 2-1 to SK. Just that 1k gold difference, 11 minutes gone. Well, should eat this, if it or not. There is wind in LA, which is something I certainly wasn't expecting. I'm quite grateful for it at the moment, though. It's definitely keeping me a little bit cooler in this casting position. But honestly, at the moment, this is kind of what we expected. CLG, we know they like to split push. They like to farm it out. SK are just matching them in that phase.
This is really good play, actually, by SK so far, because they're winning the laning phase, they're containing CLG, and there's really no one on CLG right now getting strong enough that they'll be able to split push. Because right now, I see Kevin on Jace as being able to take out anyone split pushing. Bottom lane, we have the new ultimate going down, but it's not working out on double.
Yeah, absolute zero popped off there. Not really doing a great deal from it, though. We are seeing Jace continuing to push that top lane. Araneae is lingering, was in that tri-bush. We're seeing pings on HotshotGG with that Oracle on him. And ocelote needs to be careful here. He has been caught out, though. Araneae spots him, both Oracles actually junglers. Bigfatlp could have gone for his ulti, has used the ulti, but a flash out from ocelote there, just managing to dodge out of the ulti. Meanwhile, back down that bottom lane, they continue to try and poke back and forward. YellOwStaR is really trying to keep the pressure on, but Doublelift honestly is untouched and went for a very early BF sword, so really low on the hit points at the moment, but high on damage.
And looking at Hotshot's items, this is a term I learned the other day. Normally, in North America, before you get an Oracles on a jungle, you go for 1 or 2 GP10 items, but in Korea, a lot of guys go boots mobility straight into it as he tries to catch an Araneae. There's the feast. Will he finish him down? No, he flashes away. But they try to get that term, as we see fights going about. I'm trying to get this in, D-Man. I'm going to get it. They call it the naked Oracles when you go boots mobility straight into Oracles because you have no GP10 items on top of it.
The naked Oracles may well be working out for them, and it's something they could have picked up in Korea. We did see a boots mobility coming out from Araneae in the last match. This time he's choosing not to go for it so quick. As it is on Shen, he's very much gone for that heart of gold. Chauster getting caught out by the Ezreal ultimate there. YellOwStaR trying to push that wave. Is he going to go aggressive? He does catch Doublelift out there. Gets Arcane Shift on him. Doesn't quite manage to slow him enough. He's going to go for the aggression, but the ultimate from Lulu turns things around. And now he could catch him out. YellOwStar's there. Here comes HotshotGG coming from behind. Can he catch on towards YellOwStar? Nyph trying to do a fantastic job. The Chen ultimate coming in. You can see Voyboy joining in. That should be the rupture. YellOwStar is still just hanging on in there. His Arcane Shift will be back available. Teleport comes in. Bigfatlp picks up first blood. Now Nyph may well go down. Bigfatlp trying to get in there. The double kill on Bigfatlp. The Lux ultimate though, could they turn it around? Orianna catches on there, the ball defending on Voyboy. Araneae may well go down here. He's going to defend the Oracles. The Oracles is burnt. Doublelift picks up the shot. He's going to go down, but it was totally worth it. A 3-to-1 exchange for CLG Gaming. Beautiful.
Everybody appearing into that team fight. CLG burning all of their teleports to get there. And even after all that, SK coming out only slightly behind there. They lost the Oracles, however. Hotshot maintaining his with all of this, gets that GP10 item. That's not split pushing right there. That is just brawling in the bottom lane. So much coming out, and overall CLG did a good job collapsing just a little bit better than SK.
So Bigfatlp coming off the back of that one with the double kill, 2-0-1, picks himself up a Fiendish Codex. We also see a needlessly large rod now being picked up by ocelote, so ocelote going for that brutal damage right now. Meanwhile, the man on cooldowns coming out for Orianna, which is good because he needs it for that ball control. The Ezreal also going across, Chauster catching it again there. YellOwStaR still not quite with the damage to burst down those creep waves.
This is SK's moment actually to take over a little bit. All of the CLG teleports are down, so they're able to pressure without worry of collapse. Kevin has the big lead on Voyboy up top. He needs to push into that tower. And we actually have a replay of that last fight where absolutely everyone